me always encouraged me to keep going, and those words will stay with me every day. You were never far from my life, always wanting to know what I was doing, how I was feeling, and what was happening in school. You cared about all of us so deeply. My ma was a leader his entire life, steady, wise, and graceful. Even up to the very end, you led our family with kindness. You shared so much wisdom with me and my cousins, and we will forever be grateful to have you as our grandfather. You had this incredible way of checking up on everyone. You cared, and you always showed up. And of course, you are the biggest joker I knew, always ready with something funny to say. Every conversation I had with you had so much laughter, and that joy is something I will never forget. It hurts me deeply that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and that is pain I'm still learning how to keep. But I find comfort in knowing that you are resting now, peacefully and united with Shosho, just the way it's always been. I hope you knew how much I loved you, how much I still love you, and how much I will always miss you. Your darling Mwende.
Hello, good afternoon. So my sister is also not here, so I'm representing her. I'll start by reading a short part of her tribute. He wasn't a quiet background character in life, he was a presence. A force, someone who knew how to command a room and someone who knew how to soften when he was with the people he loved the most. We didn't just lose a grandfather. We lost a man who shaped our family's story. We lost a man who loved fiercely, fought for what he believed in, and who showed us strength and humor can exist in the same person. His legacy isn't just memories. It's an example he left behind. His story doesn't end here. It continues in every one of us who are changed by knowing him. And from me, Zo, his namesake. I was fortunate to spend some time living with him and Soso when I was young, and to spend countless summers at the villa. I'm so thankful for these moments. I'd be a completely different person without them. Now the family dynamic has shifted. With Mao gone, the direct elders of our family tree have passed on. We're faced with the difficult reality of continuing on without him. I'll miss him deeply. But when I think of him now and in the years to come, I know I can find comfort in the family members left behind and the loving memories we share together. May you rest well. It's going to be hard without you, Mao. One of the biggest lovers in our family is now gone. But like my aunts and uncles are saying, I think it's going to be us that continue spreading that love. And yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Matete, and I'll start by saying how all this felt like a dream at first when doing arrangements at Villa, going every day, seeing new people. It felt different not having Umar there, because I'd just go and I'd go upstairs and I'd surprise him. I'd be like, surprise, I'm here. But I don't have that anymore. When I first saw Umar on like Tuesday, it hit me and I didn't have any words to say to him, even today. But I wanted to say I'm so grateful to have known my grandfather the way I did. He made me feel special, he made me feel seen, and I'm grateful for all the moments I have that I've written in my tribute. I miss him so much, I miss him dearly, and I love him so much. But I know all is well and he's with Shosho. May he rest in peace.
We'll also be reading tributes from our baby cousins that their parents wrote on their behalf. So I'll start with Jojo's. Jojo loved his Umau deeply, and they lovingly called each other Wasa. He's named after his two grandfathers who share the name Joseph. Some of his happiest moments were the simple ones, sitting with Umau, sharing a laugh, getting a haircut together with George, using his walking sticks and hats at will, or just being close to each other. Even at 4, he knew he was very safe and very loved in Umao's arms. Thank you, Dad, for loving him so much and for making time to be there for him, picking him up from school, the pancake visits at the villa after school, which he will miss so much. His first question when he would always call would be, "How is my Wasa and my darling? Please keep looking out for them from above." We pray that as Jojo grows, he will carry Umao's strength, his courage, and his big heart in everything he does.
For Nessie, Nessie may have only been 1 year old, but she knew her Umao's love. Dad prayed for her and blessed her with his love from the very beginning. He held her gently, smiled at her always, and often said that she gazed straight into his eyes like she could see his soul. His face always lit up when he saw her, and he showered her with hugs and kisses, and Nessie always responded in kind. He would send baby videos to Tindi for her, especially kids dancing, and even introduce the famous Chicken Banana song, which Jojo and Nessie both loved so much. Named after Mom, she comforted Dad when she arrived just a month later after Mom's passing. Thank you, Dad, for filling the gap for Mom this last year when we were blessed with Nessie, and for helping us navigate a newborn amidst the grief of losing our matriarch. We promise to remind her as she grows of how Mao, who adored her and fondly called her my darling. May she carry his legacy of love.
Chotuma kunia makobi. Ne asiana omwewa ke songo. Tusome thie isiana. Chomwa kewa. Be kana siana ile itenoka. Be mwana muwaumo no wa mwetu o moko na atiwa na kazi ni wake. Nijo kuwa maisoma tribute sio. Kobe video ekokunoyu ya mwetu Ola Moini Elumaita ya Alex. So we're going to hear a video from Alex's last born, who couldn't come because she was left in the US taking care of her cousin who's been ailing. Can we have that video, please? Thank you very much. It's truly a gifted young lady. She sang for us when we laid Mama to rest. She was here with us. A truly gifted young lady. As you heard from the church, we are now going to 2-minute tributes, and I will interrupt you if you go beyond the 2 minutes. You tuenda maoneni ma asietae ma mzee huyu ba mbinda kula mwaito waumie na wioka wiweka angi me ungama ba anko oka ungama ba unene na towe we ndatika isiana yunengo tina kituo wale wabetu jandatika ile angi moke baambe tafadhali kwa mwene iwa mauma kwasa ni kwenda withetwa amona na mwiku no bisa monjobu na ke wa yuka ba yulwa nene. Thank you. Ni wiabe anduma kasongo ni maile ko kabambe mwonekana tita mwisene lato aziamba mbinda mwizene na muyuke baambe tafadhali na mande na kuka nengane tribute.
Good afternoon. My name is Onesimus Mbinda. I am a brother to Agnes Mutete Munyao. I'm actually the 5th born. I knew this mzee from 1966, 59 years ago. And he has done a lot for our family. This mzee did not differentiate his own family and his wife's family. To him, we were brothers. To him, he had sisters. He has done all that which he could to bring us up. Personally, he took me to school and he polished me. And at his workplace. For those who know him well, we used to be together so much. It is true that he did a lot for the MIDP was brought to this country through Munyao from the German government. Most of the projects which have been done in both Makueni and Machakos were actually Munyao and Agnes. They liked partying. My sister Agnes went to be with the Lord last year. There is a lot of partying up there in heaven. And she could not enjoy that party alone. So I believe she beckoned and called him to be with her. Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. He took 2 minutes and 34 seconds. I'd like to call the Munyaos, and I am actually timing the speeches. So ba monyao kai munenga nenda tika sienyuile nange mayuka bambe anko uke ba utukethe sibayulo pe mundu woka ungethia bayambie manda mundu ita wa ndolo nethia maina manyesito yakwa nita $100 wa ndolo na nietwe ni kopo kwa uma sayu ni meka londungi
ba munyao tinazia au mememoka ba munyao ula wizini wa ba munyao akuji hapa mbele please na muharakishe dakika ni ngapi ni 2 wacha nianze na kusema kupitia kwa kibishop wetu bishop na mabishops wengine na mapastors na wote hata wale wako huko kwa fence naomba nimsalimie amjambo na misi jambo kwa majina ni Peter Mau Munyao wacha niseme na mimi sioni mbaya Munyao nasema mbaya Munyao wote mimi najua ni wengi kujeni hapa please muonekane wacha niseme yangu ni machache sitaki kuongea mengi sababu huyo ndugu yangu amelala hapa akamba maasia mundu ethika chao ila withayo na mwasisia round and round na wengine pia wako kule ni mukona nesa kana mukuwa ukomete pa ni withikite kwa dona kwasia mukuwa wibala we nini sinesa nutwene na ningi nwene undu andu maingi bite kwa dona kwasia mukuwa enda nosio na njasi ati kindu kimwe nisi chake ana ngumba umuno langwaza ngumba o andu ao ndeme bana ngi mekuya ala ingi meba yo ndona kwa siandu ao mbe mabitile moko ni make kwa kisomo kwa kwe waniwe kwa undo na kwa sia idi onde esaul andu ao onde tipitile moko ni mamu kuwa uwe ukomete baya na weningi oya kula uwe na tukumbuke na jasia kwa la mokie kututethesio nduni u nenyu ngaya mwikenesa na amutethie ani mboya yakwa nundu ninewa moyo ila mukuwa uyo na iyo na tevo ninewa nebungulite ona kaundu na ndumani na ndwa ba moyo kwa undo na kwasia ninetia mboya kwenyu nyonthe na ndwa mwiba mutupoye nikenda withie nitwethwa na leader museo utona kutongoezia ba mwanao na thikala the united undu unethiawa evo tuilie. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Usuakua 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Na nundu ni momba monyao ni neki achende baini. Cousins ni mwezi inyo demoke ba nolo kunena ni mwezi. Cousins, join me, please, quickly. We are moving quickly because of time. Na maende na kuka dia sianamu ya nietwe ni kobo. There's a very senior military person in our midst. I cannot ask him to stand because I do not have the rank to do that. General, former CGS, Kianga, Thank you for joining the family. God bless you. Thank you for coming. You are with us in Nairobi and here. God bless you. Asante. Who is giving the tribute on the cousins?
Muyaseo ingi nisoma tribute to ya nieces and nephews. Ithi ebwa ma Honorable Joseph Konzolo Munyao nitutungia Ngai muvea kwa ibinda ilo natonengie mwendo witu wanko anaithe witu ithionthe na anatwendete bio undu ukethia ndu differentiate ciana ciake na sito anatu support ya 100% ila twakwata nundu na nitu miss kutheka kwake na smile yake. Dad, uncle, nituikwendete ona kikuni nitukwendete uwendo waku tukekalana wongoni kwitu nundu nona twendete Ngai ya uthumu cienesa mpaka ila tuikomana ingi komanesa tata.
I will not speak a lot of it, lakini nasema kwa Kikamba ithie our cousins oni ithe waitu na ni ango waitu na pema ondu one tutona kwasi kila mundu akaka kwasi yu tutu abasi on the kondo. He has done us a lot. We are very happy also to yasiate. God rest him in peace.
Thank you. Kwatuma kunie makobi. Asuna angwana mono. 1 minute and 33 seconds. God bless you. Thank you very, very much. And the next category is a category of the in-laws. And by in-laws, we are talking about Adonua Ma, the late. And that team is the Ndongos, the Morayas. Please come in front. Peter Moraya, join me up here. I know you're a civilized gentleman. I know you won't do more than 2 minutes. Wale wengine, please come in front. The Ndongos, the Kiarias, please come in front. Pete is like my big brother. We go back many years. So I can push him if he's overdoing it.
Muliaseo lengi. 3 times. My name is Pete Moraya, and I'm honored to be standing in front here because as I was called to speak, actually my big brother was supposed to speak, Dave, but I don't know for what reason he decided I should speak. But so when he asked me to speak, it suddenly hit me something when I looked at the names. And what was interesting is that all the in-laws of Munyaos are Kikuyus. So we are cousins. And it's a true reflection of cousinhood. And to make it more interesting, my wife, Sue, please put up your hand. Our 2 boys just got married 2 years ago. 3 months ago, and they surprised us because they also brought Kamba wives. So we are now truly cousins with yourselves, and we are family, and we appreciate it. So in front of us here we have the Morayas, who are the ones who gave the Alex Shiro. She's our sister number 4 of 6 actually. Then David here in front, put your hand, is the oldest brother, a former politician. Trophy is the wife. Kate, my sister. Sam, I thought I saw him here somewhere. He's standing over there, that's my younger brother. Then there's Liz here, put your hand. Then there's myself, and then we have some nephews with us representing my grandfather. We have Mariah, Sam, and Edna, and the son. Now, on the Ndongo side, we have Mr. and we have, sorry, I didn't get the name. There's Ndongo and Jack. Yeah. So thank you very much. And then there's carriers. Now, Ndongos are the ones who gave Tet his lovely wife. Then there's the carriers. Where are the carriers? They should be here. Carriers, we give Mutindi the husband. He's called carrier like me. Sorry, they are delayed, but we are lovely and we are here to present them as in-laws. One thing I'd just like to say before I sit is that for those of us who we met Alex 30 years ago, when he came to ask for my sister, and because his father is a politician and he's trying to be a politician, what we remembered for us was being a simple family, was somebody overwhelmed by all these senior politicians led by Kibaki, Karume, I don't remember who else was there. But there was all these senior politicians bringing him to look for a daughter. And for us, that was quite overwhelming as a family. But it's been a wonder. Especially after we lost our parents 10 years ago. And especially him and my brother Dave were very tight in terms of politics. But for the rest of us, we've had a very good relationship. I think I can speak without doubt about the carriers and the Ndongos. That's been a joy, and we've really appreciated the interaction and the family that we've joined. And we are very proud to be your cousins. Thank you.
Completely out of order, but he's my big brother, he gets away with it. We now are going to start moving even faster. Mbada, where are you? Our very able treasurer. Please stand. Left was our treasurer when we were preparing to bury Moito, and she was our treasurer now. She does an excellent job, very professional, doesn't pay any supplier without approval from our very able chair, Justice Waki. Thank you. Before I move from family, there is one more speaker who qualifies to be family. One mona nae wa Musyoka saiti pio na nena mobe undoto ilie nienda ita ndizi my sister Martha kanani woko nena kanani modeu Martha imokoa Mrs. Kasanga Molwa baube idwa thina kwa Martha ndizo ndongwika nondo ne kanga bunwa lakini nengwitia my big brother Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka ndethie nondo sini mukoa kimbai he can whisper to Martha. And I don't know if Martha wants to come up the stairs or you want to speak from down here. You'll come up. Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you're strong. No need stand.
Archbishop of the ABC Church and the whole clergy, and I see some friends. Mutungi, and the general, not the general, yes, some friends there. I don't know whether they are my children, my friends, Alex and family. Ba mwezi inyo nde. The guests who are here, including our political leadership, friends, family. God is good, and all the time. Idhiti tawamba kasanga mulwa. Na kasanga mulwa na Mr. Munyama manani 1955 makuweni, I think no intermediate school. Na nene Alex is waiting for me to say some secrets. Nondo juninya na tiala a group. Nana that is for another day. Lakini me and my family have come to say pole sana. We are also saying pole to ourselves, but poleni sana. When the elder of the family goes, it is not easy. When mom left, we had dad. Now dad has left. It's not easy. When Jack left, I was very lucky to have Mr. Munyao stand in and look after us and be there for us. Now both have left. They were friends for a long time, 70 years actually. And we hope that they are together somewhere in heaven. Bishop, I think Archbishop, they are somewhere. But before I hand over to the family speaker, I want to introduce my children. The last one is called Ben Kasanga, Ben Wave. The next one is called David Ndambuki, Wave. Sami Movela, where is Sami? There. Ndambuki is married. Eunice, our family lawyer and eldest daughter-in-law. Then Mutinda, that's the latest in our family. Then I have friends. Where's Winnie?
Daughters.
My daughter. Oh, sorry.
Daughters. We are here.
One more.
I am the oldest. I was waiting.
Okay. All right. The two daughters who I'm forgetting, one is called Dolores Mudeu Kasanga, Partington. And the other one is called Sylvia Kasanga. Interesting, they are the oldest. But so, Alex and family, poleni sana. The Lord will uphold you, will provide, and for the years remaining, we shall be together. Thank you very much.
Uncle Joe, as we fondly called him, has left a void that no words can truly fill. Ben? On behalf of the late Honorable Kasanga Mulwa family, we stand here to honor a man who was not just a politician, a leader, or a statesman, but a cherished pillar of our personal history. Today and over the days since he left, you've heard about his immense political legacy. But let me tell you about another achievement that nobody has mentioned all these times. And when he was founding DP, from the heart to the chest, they say he possessed the courage to challenge the single-party status quo and those skills, all those negotiating skills were honed on a much more personal mission. It is my father were the best of friends, as she has said, from their school days, to my father being Uncle Joe's and Auntie Agnes's best man, to starting businesses together. But when my father needed a closer, a deal maker for the most important contract in his life, a marriage proposal, he brought out the big guns, Uncle Joe. My mother wanted to be a nun, a Catholic nun. Look at the peaceful and beautiful family that followed. Simuseme asante. It is clear Uncle Joe's conviction and clarities weren't limited to DP. He knew a good alliance when he saw one. Uncle Joe and Aunt Agnes were between my mother and my father. So behind the humor, the truth is that he was an extraordinary family man, extending his profound love, wisdom to all of us. For his wide circle, and you've seen it here, of nieces and nephews, he was a true anchor, showing us a fierce and immense love that made him a father figure to all of us. We will forever miss his guidance, his quiet strength, his hearty laughter that could fill any room. Uncle Joe, you led with integrity, you loved with all your heart, you changed a nation, one principle, one friendship, and perhaps one marriage proposal at a time. Rest well and greet all our people on the other end. Rest in peace.
Thank you, Modeu. Let's clap for her again. Ondo na motavia mokoa pepinanga kwakwa. Lakini andwele manenete 6 minutes and 55 seconds tika endokadho kutogo. Because that is 2 tributes in 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Twende nakuma kwa family, tugete kwa groups. When we were in Nairobi, there were prayer groups that worked with this family. When Mwaitu was unwell, when Mzee was unwell, they helped us fundraise. They organized the prayers at the home. They've been with us and they've traveled here. You know yourselves from Karen. Madam Chair, please join me here and give the tribute on behalf of all those groups. And as she joins us, there's a gentleman amongst us who is not able to come up and speak, who's a father to all of us. When some of us lost our father and were getting married, this is the man who walked with us. Ni Mwambua, ni Wito, ni Nauwito, Professor J.K. Maitha. He is seated with us here. I know he had stepped out briefly. Professor Maitha is here with us. God bless you, Professor. Thank you for joining us. We know it's a long journey for you to come from Nairobi. Thank you very much. Mrs. Kamau.
Praise the Lord. I speak on behalf of Nairobi Baptist Church and the home group of Karen Miotoni and Karen Dagureti, where Mheshimiwa was a member. I'll read my tribute. Mheshimiwa, as we fondly called him, and his late wife Agnes were members of Karen Miotoni Home Group Fellowship. This is a small home group fellowship in Nairobi Baptist Church. And we had been asked to stand, and we have 2 pastors here. We met once a week, and we still do meet once a week for Bible study and prayer. Mheshimiwa was a very committed member. He was a friend of each of us and encouraged all of us. Although he was the most senior in age, he bonded very well with the whole group. We treated him with special respect. Mheshimiwa had a deep faith in Christ, and this carried him through an extremely difficult period of grief after losing his wife Agnes, whom he loved dearly. Mheshimiwa was a passionate family man, evident in the way they interacted. As one of us eulogized him, he was a humble and compassionate leader, gentle in speech and expression of power in spite of his high office connections. He modeled exemplary commitment to his relationships with his wife, and in particular, to his wife in particular, and to his whole family. Another one of us who interacted with him in the political circles had this to say: I got to know him well and admired his clarity of mind, humility, wisdom, and political sensitivity. Mheshimiwa was a man of integrity. We as a fellowship, and indeed as a church, Nairobi Baptist Church, thank God for giving us time with Mheshimiwa. We believe we will meet again at Jesus' feet. John chapter 11 verse 25. Jesus said to her, and that is to Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? That was a question to Martha, but it is a question to you today. Do you believe that we shall meet Mheshimiwa again? Because we believe in Christ and he believed in him. To God be the glory. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tumugonie makobi. Kamati ila mamo ungamie niyo ithi twathikuete kiboyo ilobi kumatwatiwa ne binda mwaito ne binda ya nau ai mama nethi abu kila muthenya na mana boya na muzee every na mana kwete family supio kwa utuma kunema kwa bingi. Thank you very much. That was 3 minutes and 33 seconds. You can see how orderly we are. I would like to move quickly because we're about to enter the political space. And when we enter there, I will call my bouncers so that they're near. Ukiongea vibaya, tunakuinua, tunakupeleka kwa gari. Ama namna gani? Nondo ndwetezia kivela bao kakekwata. Ona tukaendada no lazima wita rally yaku witie kivila chaku eyo ombanitwe ne monyao kana ndiwo wo kombania yaku sawa sawa. Very good. I want to do some mentions. When we were in Nairobi, we had Sam Mumbi, who is the chair of the Council of Elders. I would like to recognize him. I was told he was going to try and come. I haven't seen him, but I did see our good friend and also consider an elder, David Masika. Maybe if you can stand and wave. Thank you very much. Sio motongoi nani elder wito tambaya akamba. I want to move very quickly. Pe kamati ile nomba ni aba nomba. Na kamati isu nienda yuke bambe. Netoka bambe ndita chairman wa kamati ya Ilobi, the very able Justice Waki, who has been a very great leader when we were planning these burials, to come and speak on behalf of all those groupings that have been meeting both at home and here. My chairman, please join me here. It will be difficult to time the justice because he's very much senior to me, but I will try.
Thank you, MC. Angalia saa yako. Yetu ni kushukuru Mungu kwa neema zake kwa kutuwezesha kukamilisha mipango ya mazishi ya mzee Munyao in record time. Nafikiri mlisikia Alex akisema ilichukua tu siku 5 na mipango yote ikakamilika. Hiyo ilikuwa ni mkono wa Mungu. Ti laisi kumbanya milioni mbe wanyanya paidela matukua 5. Uni kuona ni ya ngai aidho kuma kuisila kwa mzee Munyao nutonya. Tunaye na uhusiano Musyoka kamati ya kuumusie, and we thank that committee to mutongia mubea mwingi muno bamwe na andu mako nduwe nonde siyo tawata, lakini nitethitwe ne nyuma la ele junondo committee no pa Mrs. Munyao na nitonete ngwatanio ya nyenzeo kwa family ya Munyao. Tutakuwa na nyinyi. We'll pray for you, we pray with you. Na moika noe ni kwedwa na itu onata munosia kwenda edwa nenyu. May the soul of Mzee Munyao rest in eternal peace.
Thank you very much, Justice. You can see why we were so organized. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Usuti otongoi. Usuni onongamia kamati ya Mwaito na kamati ya Mheshimiwa na nimwonie wala tukonie tumakonie makobi yengi. Thank you very much. Tutakilete kwa group ya politicians bala tukubunga sati tunyetai ni kwa ndulike kendone. Ve group iketwa farmers makalawa. Andwana na ma Alex na manana na ma Mwaito meba farmers Kalawa farmers group. Can you stand up tafadhali tumone ungama inyonde ona kabebo neone obu chairman wa ground. Thank you. Usuwe chairman wa kamati ba amosi na kunite we amusio mono na kunite we amusio ndo ai musikali. Dhukuma Forces Memorial Hospital. He is a former military officer. Thank you very much. Yune twakela twalika chapter ya Kelly. The late Honorable Munyao was a legislator. So if we come here and we disregard or ignore the political class, we are ignoring the passion and life of this great man. And so therefore, there was a man who was very close to this gentleman, who chairs an association of former members of parliament, who is also a member of our committee, has done a lot of work, and was a connection between us and the National Assembly, because our good friend, area MP, had traveled when Mzee passed on. And so we talked with Honorable Kivasu, and Katuko took over that. Honorable Katuko, please join me here. The same protocols apply, maximum of 3 minutes. Very good. I see you are compliant. 3 minutes. 30 minutes for all of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. My name is John Mutua Katuku. Na kisiasa Mondo ni Katuku. Ni mmoja ziyu. Mondo no. Muzobe wajao. Muzobe. And kwa familia ya Mheshimiwa mwenda zake Mheshimiwa Munyao, ambaye alikuwa rafiki yangu sana, my mentor, my everything. Kwa clergy Itongo ewe ni wasa. Mheshimiwa Kalonzo juzi tukiwa kanisa alijaribu kunipea klani isiyo yangu. Yuke ya kabishofu weba nimeamokela na nondo bishop weba wa clan chatiri sai tema azume tawara waza asitu sai tema kana mba mle tema kwa our leaders, all protocols observed. Nenda kwa Samwanyo netokia kisiwa kwa nyemwene John Mutua Katuku na family yakwa kibet kioba anondo kitona kwilea kunewa liuyo kwogera wiko. Asante. Na kwa family ya Katuku Musembi ila munyao waendu muno na late father Katuku wa Musembi, na kwa chama cha People's Trust Party kila ni party leader, na kwa andu aingi mandumie oseyo kiakisio witu family ya munyao we are together tiondu ni umwe ila siana sia munyao sietwa those are political those are blood siana sia kindakame, lakini munyao na gane na siana sia kisiasa na kalaka kuuketa wakatuku na okasizia nikita sati bwa ngoe ikwe mutindi ngoezu ikitwe ni a coincidence. Ninye mwanake wa Katuku ula wa member wa parliament wa mwala na minister wa kiwu na nikalandi na kitu no wa mwenganisio. We share a lot with munyao ni wa kisio kwa kibaoni asomea kibaoni primary school obuto ini kitu ni mutui o Nairobi no mutui kisiasa no toelete ando aingi Peter Mwandhi nginena kwa chana akembia na nuka nini sio ndoleo na mwana tukaleo tia mwana watu yeye dini lea kwa sio na no toelete ando aingi beba na naye msimamo no atubundize siasa sia msimamo siasa itesia mbeza itesia corruption. He was a very straightforward leader. Utendeto lusani tuithika mutongoi una contribute katika siasa sia Kenya kwanza yulu muno. Kwa siasa sia kugitu kibaoni mbodi mwala kwanza yulu muno. Nitwa Asia. But we thank God because he gave us a man like Munyao. A man of integrity. Mundu teso lusani, mundu teso sinusia kando. Nye mwene ni university, nye na campaign manager wake. I used to organize mipango ya kuna na binda yimwe, and I'm a very interesting character. We were campaigning for him in Mwala that time. Na yu munene wa commission wa polisi ooka. Na munene wa intelligence ooka. Moka campaign candidate wa Kanu na kona campaign candidate wito wa Munyao tena mashambiki yange beba maingi na baba mbanwa munene wa polisi abaje buti ata musembethia athibio nundo strategy la doa na yonekana wethandu ina mbesa tukatile mwanya umanenga ni mbesa ta mazembe bacho ka mbesa kyo na what was surprising na azio ka ilobi that week na ikwithi ya Munyao ainywa China commissioner wa polisi na likawala manyo ya Jaiseren Hotel na mazizi Amerika kwa kuna wachai na mwaye na umala you know when Detroit you need somebody like Kalonzo na gebubani na ngiwe the manyo chai yemwe mbeta ambia hiyo kijana kuja na kana naambia yeye siasa kuna wao anaenda kubunza siasa hizo yumu nako niyo ya museo na baada ende obanga mbai ende tuzove mbai niona manyo wao sove mbai kwa mwenye mutongoi unesi maundu maingi indi wekalanya nando kwa unaenda kwa Asia nitwa Asia na tumuthasie aende athika kuya ithie ya Kenyatta na ithie ya Ngei no tuende na opambana atwibambana muno paka Kalonzo kwa tegevela kana mwazia tenda kugitia ndino yitu tumokomboni na tutakwatene tambaye ya mukamba titakatene ta Kenya paiba ndo tithi mwaziara niendelea radika endelee ndole amba kwetela banini ewo ningwenda kwoza mwanyo pe andu mandu miera ambirambi pe kikundi twithwana cha former members of parliament kila chairperson wacho ni Dr. Juguna na is out of the country na kindu kila kina tukwatie tunachoye nundu Munyao na member museo wa chamage alama umie parliament na alama euma Mwauma kwa mwimbo na ni mwoneka mubango. Kwa unaenda kweta rambirambi isu. Na ngeta rambirambi sia mheshimiwa Murungaru tuinake. Ngeta rambirambi sia Ngilo anguni simweke America. Ngeta rambirambi sia ndo ingede weta nundu niona baba chathuka. Na nundu pea yumbe twethwana mo. Na ni members ba group isu ni makulia makoka ba tukakunwa visa. Tuimbito. Former members of parliament. Ala meba niona Munyaka, ningona Kibasu, ningona Maundu, ningona kukaiba no ndi mama nala megwa ndini. Kwa unenda moke ba tekunwe visa. Tiyuma asia mheshimiwa Munyao. Olawi ba ya thenge ningona George Nyamwea. There are so many of you. Please come over tuwe pamoja. Thank you and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Be mondo tuenda kwete anene na kake katisa. Nondo katokwa mina ndatika siake. Obati muni no be mundu kwenda amukethie lakini ni katisa. Thank you very much former members of parliament. No in the muteo mana. His Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka ni mwambua ni my big brother. Na kivila kilo kuitia cholo tilwe muya ikatenange. Kwa u onoko ngamaba ukamwiti siya kule sae kadela chake chandikiwe. Tuthike imo nyao. My brother la tukaitia kivila chake tukatembea kukele kito. Ini kanata. Nondo akamba ni make ama te wia. Ela tulika wia ni usuni tuku ukuna. For now, let us give this great man his due respect. Thank you very much. We have a very close friend of ours, Commissioner Mudhama, who walked with us when we were burying Mwaitu, helped us with the fundraising. He bullied people to bring us money. He coordinated everything we were doing then. Nebindajir, tuiumbania tudhiumusie mutume oyo. Gomba wino twanena na kena Simon na nu waitie moka. He's in Israel edwa oka na itu atumana rambiran bisiake asia pole sana kwa ndo makalawa pole sana ni mwakwata ngethisia Muthama ni mwaikwata. Thank you very much. You bautwe pe mundu la wetisie kibila na inywe tithie mwamukuni akula kana iwe natiwe tuyale ni kwambia nake lakini twetikela ni nake ni twamba kwetikela aeni manene niwe aile ni ututhocha ba twiweto wo kana atendi Honorable Kibasu na be timu yake ile kututetha cia undu andu mekala. Where are the team from the National Assembly Sergeant at Arms? Please join us in front. You know the work you've done. Wametusaidia sana leo. Please come and stand here as a member of parliament is speaking. Thank you very much.
Asante Bwana MC, to the clergy through the Pope. We'll actualize that in fact. The United Opposition Leadership led by His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Wiper Patriotic Party leader, former Waziri Bwana Eugene Wamalwa, party leader DAPK, my former speaker sir, former Waziri and former AG and party leader DAP Bwana Muturi Justin, DP party leader, all friends, to the family of Joseph Konzolo Munyao, the family itself, and all the people of Boni. Muya ini museo, na mabinda onde. This is a hard time for Boni people. Munyao was their member of parliament. I, as the current member of parliament, campaigned with Munyao one time in 2007. We lost, both of us, to the late Mutua Senior. And today, it's a sad moment for me for the loss of my friend, my father, my mentor, because he was my advisor all through my politics, even the times when I lost. I remember one important statement he told me in 2006 when I plunged myself into politics. And he called me with my wife to his office and said, "Mwano wi mwana munini. Come and support me. Your time will come." I found that one a bit hard. I did not listen, although he was my father. I went in and we flopped. Through, he kept on giving me strategies on how to win elections. Thank God, 2017, 2022, his advice was actualized. And I'll remember him for two things. Boni being the Boni we know, Boni of the hills, and Boni of the lowlands. He made the two be united. Two, he did what I have been following on equal distribution of government resources. And when I was campaigning and moving around Boni, the only visible things within Boni were his posts on constructions within Boni. I got into those shoes, but I remember him and thank him for what he instilled in me. And because we have been with the family all through, we have been eulogizing, what I can only say is may God, in his faithfulness and grace, have mercy and forgiveness upon his soul, and grant the family the peace and fortitude that surpasses all forms of human understanding. May Joe rest in eternal peace. When IMC, allow me to pass a message of condolence from one of the greatest friends of Munyao, Professor Honorable Philip Kaloki. And he says, Honorable Munyao was a friend, consulted closely with him on the idea of establishing KMTC campus at Tower. Today, the campus attracts medical students across the country. I will remember Honorable Munyao as a great national leader who cherished democracy and freedom for all Kenyans. When IMC, you have been having your friend, the current Speaker of the National Assembly, who was also a very close friend to the late Honorable Munyao. He was with us during the fundraising, and he sent me from the National Assembly, and that's why equally we have the protocol staff and the Sergeant at Arms staff, because we knew we were burying a former member of parliament. And here I give condolence message on the passing of Honorable Joseph Konzolo Munyao, EGH, former Member of Parliament from Boni constituency and former Cabinet Minister. This is from the Right Honorable Dr. Moses Masika Wetangula, EGH MP, Speaker of the National Assembly. Esteemed mourners, ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to pay our heartfelt tribute and offer our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and constituents of the late Honorable Joseph Konzolo Munyao, a devoted public servant, a respected statesman, and Cabinet Minister of the Republic. Honorable Joseph Munyao's illustrious journey in public service began long before he rose to national prominence. He served with unmatched commitment, vision, and humility. Throughout his tenure in Parliament, he championed the aspirations of his people with a firm, principled, and steady hand. His exemplary leadership earned him appointment to the cabinet, where he served Kenya with great honor and diligence. And as cabinet minister, Honorable Munyao carried significant responsibilities that shaped national policy, guided sectorial reforms, and strengthened the foundations of our socio-economic development. His stewardship, insight, and steadfast dedication marked him as one of the transformative leaders of the generation. Within Parliament, Honorable Munyao demonstrated profound legislative acumen, actively contributing to key debates, offering wise counsel, and participating in numerous committees whose work left an indelible imprint on our legislative landscape. His commitment to public good earned him admiration from colleagues across the political divide and deep respect from the citizens he served faithfully. Even after retiring from active parliamentary service, Honorable Munyao continued to contribute meaningfully to nation building and community development. His wisdom, humility, and unwavering patriotism remained evident in every role he assumed and every life he touched. Today, we remember Honorable Joseph Konzolo Munyao as a man of unwavering dedication, integrity, and leadership. His legacy, rooted in service, fortitude, and love for country, will continue to inspire generations as we carry forward the noble work he championed. On behalf of the Parliamentary Service Commission and on my behalf as the Speaker of the National Assembly, we send our deepest condolences to the family of the departed during this difficult moment. May the confronting words of Psalm 10:17 strengthen their hearts. And Psalm 17 says, "O Lord, you hear the desire of the afflicted. You will strengthen their heart. You will incline your ear." End of quote. We offer our sympathy and warm wishes for peace and resilience as you mourn his passing. He will forever be fondly remembered. May he rest in eternal peace. Signed, Right Honorable Dr. Moses Masika Wetangula, EGH, MP, Speaker of the National Assembly. Two things I'm told to do. One is, I know when Munyao was a political person in Boni, he had several friends he was doing politics with. I know they are all here. We cannot call you in front. Can you stand where you are and just wave? I saw several. I saw Govi. Mwandi is still there. There are several. May God bless you all for coming to be with us today. Two, we have the current MCS of Makueni and from other places who have come to eulogize with us in Boni. And because we have the Speaker of the County Assembly of Makueni, I'll request all the sitting MCS to come in front with the Speaker of Makueni County, who is going to eulogize on your behalf. All the sitting MCS and the Speaker will eulogize on your behalf. Speaker, come here.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Kivasu, kwa askofu na kanisa, kwa familia ya mzee Konzolo Munyao, Your Excellency Mheshimiwa Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka na viongozi kuomboleza. Mbele yenu ni bunge ya Makueni na mabunge mengine kutoka Machakos. Na kama ilivyo itikadi, tafadhalini naomba nimtambue na ni vizuri aweze kusalimiana. Ndio mwakilishi wa Kalawa Ward na ndio alikuwa MCA wa Konzolo Munyao na ndio MCA wa Alex.
Thank you. Thank you. Bas, mwende museo. Mabinda onde. Mwinata iwe. Thank you. Our Father, Archbishop. Kaino se mwanosu nitungenga imubea. Naindi jasia kwa family. Ilaini se kanapeda nuclear family. Tukiongozwa na Alex. Nini sika na kikombe kiki bina. Lakini nunga ina munengete. Ithe unamwendete. Nenda kuona kanandinu wa wendo sindinu wa ngai. Ngai nuko muungamia. Na ngai ya kidwa nenu. Bitikili kwa anda ya sionde. Nika na siye mubia munene kwa utongoi. Ilangu na Daktari Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Tuenage katikati waitu. The other time alikuja tukakuwa pamoja wakati nilikuwa nasikindisha mam. Na tena leo anjachoka amefika. And because I understand kana umundi ceremony na yoni live. Na usioni kana ngatabia ake na onde kulamai. That the clock is ticking. Na ila saa yende na kuthiuka. Nikana the nation of Kenya is prepared to welcome Daktari Stephen Kalonzo wa Musyoka ndene wa State House ya Kenya atongozi ambaye sio ndesi ya Kenya na hivyo ndeti kwata utongolani wa ilete mbitikiliko ande sio ndena sekundu wa utongoi wa kisio kino na governor wetu wa Makueni kwa ile kazi ambayo tumefanya pamoja na ile kazi ambao watu wa Kalawa naona as a son from this area na mwana ulani mutongoi wa kaunti ya Makueni tienda kutungia mubea na kwa hiyo yote nasema alama umie kuwasamoka the timwe ngaina mwadime. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mheshimiwa Muturi atakuambia si rahisi kuongoza watu wamechaguliwa. So you want me to be beached when I get back to the house? Asante sana. Mnaweza kuketi tafadhali. Kwa kifupi niseme kwamba names Joe tafadhali. Bwana Mbenuja. Leader of the majority Wiper Democratic Movement Party, County Assembly of Makueni, Kisungi Wakatete MCA Kitundu Ward. Mboni. Ndi Ifyangoma MCA nominated to represent Andwala Binde na alama bwa weo katika County Assembly ya Makueni muno aume. Sorry, County Assembly of Machakos nutete anuma mbosu. Felix Boniface Mateso MCA wa wote Nziu Ward. Francis Munyao Mutuku Muso, chairperson wa Wiper Makueni County, member for Nzawi Kilili Kalamba Ward. Misha Kali area MCA Kalawa Ward hapa tupo. Joyce Mwende, Chief Whip County Assembly of Makueni of the Majority Party, Wiper Democratic Movement. Patriotic Front, apologies. Anastasia Nundu, member of the County Assembly of Machakos, nominated and a member of the Speakers Panel in the County Assembly of Machakos. Catherine Che, nominated County Assembly of Machakos, Wiper Democratic Movement, na kwa kamati ya Environment. Chalo Mumo, member for Tulimani Ward, former leader of the Majority, Makueni County Assembly. Elizabeth Mutindi Kiyo alikuwa mwalimu wa Boni Girls, akawacha kusomesha Germany, akakuja kuwakilisha wamama na watoto kwa bunge ya Makueni, akiteuliwa na Mheshimiwa Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Jen Mwandhi, rafiki mkubwa wa familia, is a nominated member of our County Assembly ya Makueni na chama cha Wiper. Asanteni sana. Please, you may take your seat. Kwa ufupi, I'll take 1 minute. Familia poleni sana, but we celebrate the life of mzee. Alifanya kazi nzuri kwa familia, kwa kanisa. Pili, tumefika wengi wa ulingo wa siasa kwa sababu pia alitumikia watu. But there's something that I want to say, that Konzolo Munyao for agriculture and livestock. And he knew the only way to transform roho ya Mheshimiwa Konzolo Munyao, kilimo ya Wakenya na KMC, and because you will be in 2027. Vuvua ukulima wa Wakenya objectively, wakuwe empowered, si kuwapatia fertilizer, ndio wapate market, wauze mbuzi za Kalawa na mazao yao. Kwa hayo mengi, nataka nimalizie hapo. Mzee alikuwa negotiator, Mheshimiwa Munyaka, najua ulikosea watu Mumbuni, endeni musalimiane, ushashinda. Asante sana.
Thank you, Speaker Douglas Bilu. When I was giving the opening remarks, Mheshimiwa Rose Museo was walking. And now it is my turn to welcome the sitting members. I don't know, I've just seen Rose. Do we have somebody else? If there is nobody else, then let Rose Museo, our county mama, to give her eulogy.
Mheshimiwa Kivasu, nasema asante kwa familia ya Mheshimiwa Konzolo, kwa askofu ambaye ndiye askofu mkuu wa kanisa la ABC, pia kwa Mheshimiwa Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka na wote ambao wameambatana nao. Mtu akichelewa huwa anakuwa hana mengi ya kusema, lakini nimekuja kuomboleza na familia hii tunapomzika shujaa mkubwa kama huyu mzee Konzolo. Konzolo nilimjua nikiwa mdogo wakati kwa tunasomea Mombasa. Alikuja kwa familia, extended family yetu, wakiwa wamekuja kuchukua msichana mmoja huko, na yeye ndiye alikuwa mzee. That's when I knew him. Na niseme ya kwamba kwa maisha ambayo nimeona ya mzee huyu ambaye tunampumzisha leo, ni mwanasiasa ambaye anafaa kuigwa sana. Hatutaongea mengi, lakini niseme ya kwamba ni kioo ambacho Mungu alitupatia kuweza kukiangalia na kuishi kama huyu mzee. Mwanasiasa ambaye alikuwa na hekima nyingi, hakuwa mchokozi, ambaye alikuwa anaona mbele na alipenda watu wake. Tunapomwangalia tukiona kwamba amelala, tunaombea familia yake, kwa maana mama pia aliweza kulala. Tunaombea familia yake pia ikaweze kushikilia jina la mzee huyu, ya kwamba legacy ambayo amewacha tusije tukasahau. It's a sacrifice, na ni lazima watu waendelee na kupenda familia hiyo kama vile mzee anavyopendwa na jinsi ambavyo wamesindikizwa. Nimalize na kusema ya kwamba mzee huyu alipoenda retire hakuwa na mambo mengi ama kusumbua wale ambao walikuwa katika viti, lakini alitulia na alikuwa ni mshauri mkuu. Na niseme Wakamba maito, naomba tukachukue kura kwa wingi nikimaliza. Kwa maana kama tunataka kiti ya upresident, ni lazima tuchukue kura kwa wingi. Mdomo mwingi hautasaidia. Mheshimiwa Kalonzo anataka kura zetu. Na ndipo tabia kana Kenya yeso koma undo akamba malaniti. Thank you.
Let me finish up. Thank you, Mama County, for those good words. Two things. One is we appreciate the national government presence led by Waziri Dr. Alfred Mutua and the PS Mueke, and equally appreciate the county government led by His Excellency Governor Mutula Jr. and Pope, with your clergy. We have all these 3 united members plus others who are not here. Give them prayers. God hears. We need to be with them all through to 2027. God will do His will. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Kibasu. Tumukuni makobi. Ni wande thiabau nundu andu ni ndono bena na microphone na tuyambe omenana. Thank you very much. Moving on swiftly, we now enter the area of protocol, where I have to be delicate in who I call next, lest I am seen to be disrespectful. But you will excuse me if I misstep. What we want to do is to give Mzee a befitting send-off. I would like to invite, with the greatest of respect and humility, the former governor of this great county of Makueni, our elder statesman, Professor Kivutha Kibwana.
Mwea ini museo na mabinda onde. Alex Simba na familia yako kwa ujumla, na Archbishop pamoja na watumishi wa Mungu wote na viongozi wetu wote, na sisi sote tumekuja kumsindikiza mzee Konzolo. Mimi nina machache. Nilipata nafasi kwanza ya kwenda shule na Munyao, na ilikuwa ni Machako School. Yeye alienda 1958 nikiwa miaka 4 na nikakuja baadaye. Tulifanya kazi pamoja na yeye kama mawaziri chini ya mzee Kibaki, na nikajua kwamba huyu mzee, a very dignified man, a man of absolute integrity. Hata siku moja nikiwa Minister of Lands, alikuja akiwa amesumbuliwa kidogo na maofisa hapo chini, akaniambia kuna title yake anatafuta, na akaniambia niangalie iwe ni correct title. na tukakuta kwamba ni correct kwa sababu hakutaka kona, and that has been said even by Alex, and that's something that is great in this country of Kenya. Then he was very consistent, and I think the family imesema that consistency in love, in caring, in being a parent, a father, present father, that is consistency. He was consistent in terms of DP. Aliingia huko, akakwamia huko mpaka mwisho. Hata sijui kwa nini bendera ya DP haiko hapa. Justin Muturi. But that is consistency, even if one may not agree with the politics that he disagree, but I like that consistency myself. He was consistency in terms of ABC from beginning kuendelea, and that is a great thing to actually do things in a consistent way. Where we met later was in the 90s. Tulipokuwa tunatafuta katiba, na katika hizo tear gas, katika hizo mambo yote, yeye na mzee Kibaki na wengine tukawa pamoja. And so one of the things tuna celebrate ni kwamba hii katiba imekuja. Uhuru wa pili alikuwa mmoja katika hawa wazee pamoja na vijana tukiutafuta. And I want to say, he used to, every time I'm seeing him with Kibaki, every time I'm seeing him with Kibaki. Kwa hivyo alijua jinsi ya kutafutia mtu president mpaka mtu anapata. But he's not now around. He could be very useful going forward. So, onasie to the leaders who are present here, kwamba both government and opposition, I now am a teacher and I work with young people and I listen to them. They are saying, both sides of the government, that they don't want Tanzania to happen in 2027. And it is the responsibility of both sides of leadership to make sure that that doesn't happen. Because there has been a lot of cost in Tanzania kwa sababu ya mambo yale yametokea, vivo vingi, and 2024 kulikuwa na vivo hapa, 2025 also, and the young people are worried. Na nimi nkilikuwa sekana ningi nukite none sila nona kila kia uchovo na natungianga imobea na wethia munao eseliovu no useo kwa Archbishop ila wane na achekana Mutua ila weta ma governor ni moka ninye noka mwambe kwa nduna weta but tuyakamba tutikwenda kutwithia twinothu tuyakamba twithio toba muwe nundu ngai no we wise une kukeba kwiliata. Asanteni.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. A true gentleman, barely 3 minutes. Thank you very much. Before I call the next speaker, kuyandumokie kuyanaitu ngwendo matambwa meobalamai. Mrs. Musilo, our mother, please just wave where you are. Mwaito. Mrs. Musilo, thank you very much for coming. Asante sana. Of course, I had mentioned earlier Professor Maitha, Nauito. I know you're seated somewhere. Maybe, Professor, you can wave. Thank you, Professor. I had mentioned our elder David Masika, who had also been recognized. I had mentioned General Kianga, that great soldier from this land of Ukambani. I don't know whether he can just wave. I cannot ask him to stand. The protocol doesn't allow me. General is here. Thank you very much. My good friend and my chairman in another organization where I am a director, Pius Kidhome of Pinkerton Security, who's from Boni. Thank you very much. That gentleman is my chairman. We serve on the board of his company. Tito Musyoka Ketulo. This is Mwema Ketulo's elder brother and husband to our former women leader. Where is Tito? He is gone. We recognize him. He's been with us throughout. I think Uncle George sent Mike Mohoho. Where is Mike? Is Mike somewhere? Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. That young man has been with us throughout, but his father, George Mohoho, has worked with his family for many, many years. And he was with us in the committee meetings at home. He attended all our prayer meetings and also spoke on behalf of the past legislators in church. In the interest of not forgetting other people, there is a good friend of this family who is a member of parliament, Kiaraho. I understand he couldn't make it, but his wife, Jackie, is here. Jackie, where are you? Mke wa mheshimiwa. Thank you so much, Jackie. Mzee is a good friend of this family and a friend of ours. Thank you very much. I now would like to invite my good friend, a permanent secretary in our great government, Jonathan Mweke. Alex likes to call him Jonah. They have old friendships. Once in a while I play golf with this guy. He's not as good as me, but he's trying.
Thank you very much. My good friend Alex, and your siblings, and your children, the clergy led here by Archbishop Ndambuki, Pope, and all the bishops here present, all the leadership that is here, Mweya ine museo, na mabin down there, atawe yeso. First of all, I'd like to bring condolences to the Munyao family on the loss of their dad, Mheshimiwa Joseph Munyao. Poleni sana, we've been praying for you. We know it's been a very, very tough week. I'd also like to bring condolences from my father, Dr. Frank Mweke, who was not just a very close friend of this family, lakini walienda shule Machakos Boys at the same time as Mheshimiwa Munyao about 67 years ago. Walikuwa shule pamoja, wakakuwa marafiki mpaka 2 weeks ago when we lost Mheshimiwa. He was not able to make it here, but he came to church on Tuesday at Baptist, and I think, Alex, you told me that he was very, very distraught because they've known your dad for almost 70 years. So again, poleni sana from Dr. Mweke. Mimi yangu itakuwa machache, kwa sababu nilikuwa nimepatia huyu mzee Mheshimiwa Munyao heshima zaidi. Vile nilirudi kutoka mahali nilikuwa nasomea 2006, na nikamwambia nataka kuingia siasa. Alikuja akanitafuta, twathitwe kalava ando twa ya lunch, na ndabia we alikie siasa oeka mwana kanini, anenge mawaidha maingi muno pyo undungika kuna siasa siakwa, siasa sia muo, siasa sia maendeleo, siasa sia unengane ndaya. And I think it's been 20 years later, alama ambese, you know, I stayed true to the advice of Mheshimiwa Munyao. Number 2, we were in a very interesting business engagement with Mheshimiwa Munyao. A lot of our fathers came together and they said they're growing old and we want to teach our sons how to continue with the wealth that they've created. Na twasoevya company yetu wa Shirika Investments Limited. Our chairman is Justice Waki. Professor Maitha is in that club. Dr. Mailu is in that club. Dr. Kibua is in that club. Mwema Kitulu is in that club. My father, Dr. Mweke, is in that club. Mheshimiwa Munyao was also in that club. Very visionary old men who want to ensure that their legacy lingers on. Na nekio kitumi muona andu mwoka maingi tauyu ka tuitudhumusie na tumasie Mheshimiwa Munyao. Thank you for giving him that honor. Lastly, is this game called golf. Ila Andrew Anena, Andrew naningo mina you. You know Mheshimiwa Munyao was a minister of livestock. I am now the PS of livestock. So I am continuing where he left. But when I needed advice and I needed time with Mheshimiwa, because he was very busy running his business empires, Nyamumanda on the golf course. It was very hard to find Mheshimiwa and get a game with him because he only played with party leaders. Played with Muskari Kombo, Mukisa Kitui, and the Honorable Martha Karua. Standing game that he had. But when he gave me a game, he gave me with another gentleman who just passed on Sunday, called Architect David Mutiso. Two very old wazes who meant the best for us, the younger generation. Kunyo kabambone kalawa kokia kesi ya Mheshimiwa. Ongu munenge nda ayasi yake tondo ae mondo wake tumi kwa ambaye hii yetu ya Mkamba. As I finish, I'd just like to ask anybody here from the national government to stand up so that we can recognize them. I see Damari is here, who sits on the board of Kemri, sorry, yes. Of course, Alex, I won't ask him to stand, or he has stood, he sits on the board of TRA. We mundungia adokumana serikali nene? No? Ah, yes. Of course, somebody else who sits on the board of Konza Technopolis. Thank you very much. And with those many remarks, may the soul of my dad, Honorable Munyao, rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonah. 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Thank you very much. As you know, the late Honorable Munyao was a founding member of the Democratic Party. You will, of course, hear from the party leader with us later, but there were people who walked that journey with him. And amongst those people was, of course, the late President Mwai Kibaki and the late Honorable Njenga Karume. I hear Lucy is here with us. Lucy, can you stand? Lucy Karume. Thank you for coming, Lucy. That is the daughter of Njenga Karume, a friend of this family and somebody I've done business with. I've known the family also for many years, Kigera and the others. Thank you for coming, Lucy. And then we've received condolences and useme jambo to the family when you go back. Thank you very much. Now, we are climbing the mountain. We're about to get to the top. The next speaker is somebody who vied for MP in a constituency called Kilome in 2001. This person and I were in the race together. We were trying to take the seat that had been left by the late Tony Ndelinge when he passed on. This person is a great leader, an astute administrator, a behind-the-scenes operator. We set up the first committee for Governor Mutula, campaign when he was senator with her. I've seen her hand. She doesn't seek recognition. Truly a great lady of this county and a daughter of Kilome. My dear sister Lucy. Also, I must say my sister in the clan, and His Excellency has something to say. He will tell us later. I don't know what he's saying. Karibu, Deputy Governor.
Okay, thank you to the family, the clergy, and Your Excellencies. Mwe ine moseo na mabinda onde Asante. Kwa family, Alex, together with your siblings, your relatives and your clan and everyone, poleni sana kwa kumpoteza baba wenu mpendwa. Si jambo rahisi. Mlimpoteza mama mwaka uliopita na mwaka huu mnampumzisha baba wenu mpendwa. Poleni sana. Mungu aendelee kuwapatia nguvu and provide uko na uongozi ndani yako. Kwa hivyo ongoza hiyo familia, kwa iongoze, provide leadership to your family. Not just for Kenya but also Ukamba. Ibinda juto te anate nene tunamuona no kesa kwitha neto kwigwa moyo twewa ni kiongozi wa the Mutua too, of course, up to 2013, led by His Excellency the late Honorable Kibaki, and the stability he provided. And I'm happy from the tributes ila tuegwaba tumesikia ya kwamba even at home he provided you with the right environment. And I was just amazed that very good Kikamba, but later I learned unasomea okuno woka auke kala kukamba, which is something very precious for us. Tukabundi asiana situ pia ikamana Kikamba. I just want to say two things now after the PS amezungumza. PS, kuna jambo umezungumza lakini kuna area kubwa ambapo kumekuwa hakuna mvua. And by January, February, March, kuna mahali hata ng'ombe hazitakuwa na nikienda kanategwa. So PS, kuna wakati mulifanya mpango wa offtake ya ng'ombe before ituike Malonga sikagwe. So sasa wewe tumekutuma enda upangishe kitu watu wa huko Kimakiu Kalonzoni na huko kwingine, mpewe fedha, watu wa Makueni wapatiwe fedha, mchukue offtake mupeleke huko KMC. There is a time ulikuwa na that kind of a program. Nondo ku no musi na negwa to wo mu Ukamba. Indi tiogo ndwiko nesa kuya wi udi ukulia budget ya Buyosu netwa utuma because there is a serious problem. Nondo kuinge kuena neki. Finally, Honorable ni wendi okoma wadi urest na asiai alama emaito pa tuina motongoi Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka twasio mbae ya Mukamba and the united opposition tunajua ya mamuko na nia ya kusonga uko mbele mkiwa united. Kwa kweli ni wakati wetu wa mbai ya Mukamba na mbai ile ingetwe na ndu na makazi na alange it's coming 2027 kwao bei kabyo ole nikanatu songe mbe tuikenesa na tuekala kibela cho thumbi owoki Your Excellency Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka ile tukatungia ngai mobea because we have waited for long together with the united opposition. Na mwikatele musisutuke na kitu tuliona wengine wana celebrate razor thin margins. Small razor kidogo 1,000 sijui 2,000. No way tunawaona na kiti tutakalia. Thank you very much. Ngaya mwekenesa.
Thank you very much. My sister Lucy, thank you very much. Before we go closer to the top of the mountain, where we go to my brother, His Excellency the Governor. I want my friend Honorable Kivaso akienda nyumbani apikiwe. Na mimi niliona hakuwajulisha, kuna mtu ako naye hakuwajulisha. Juliana ndo ngama ndo ama kone. Juliana ewe mukawa wake baso na nienda bika nomba wewe neta. Ndo ndo badia kethia kiwe kiwu na ngima batemboka. Kana to ugo ndo na recognize mama. The governor, my younger brother, come and speak to your people.
Mwe ni museo. Aye. Okay, mamunya wenu kukulwa o aziondo mukwasia. Mwe ni museo. Mavi na onde. Na usunu ombo wake na nadioka. Thank you. Ninena kwa kubenondo tunenie tichuma. But nimo family and the people of Makueni, people of Mboni. I want to say Paul to this family. This is not just family, these are our family members. Mheshimiwa Manzo ni watumana. He's on his way to Uganda. He's unable to come na ametumana kusema pole. Mheshimiwa Wavinya Ndeti ametumana ama amekuja? Oh, sauti imeongezeka. Okay. Mheshimiwa Wavinya Ndeti ni watumana. Kwa asia pole. Thank you. Thank you wapasha sauti kwa kuongeza sauti. Nendo mea kwa Archbishop na ame kanisa. Ni uvea. Ondo wa okuko wengi o tunayo wengi. Tuma asia mwaitu. Ninae paati nendo mutapia. Mzee atanetwa. Oh. Imeanguka mister. Mzee atanetwa wa alitwa wa katano wa dhandatu. Mwana Alex. Ni wa ndabisika na mzee ndaiwaneza. Na ndabisa ilango mwethi hapo. Na twathi twamona. Wewe mzee pala unaye hospitali painaye basio. Ndu anayeketwe catheter kundu kweli. Na twae kala nake ina Alex oya. Twekete masks ni nake. Twayangewa twaya siasa twatheka twakunwa bisa twakunie selfie neno. Na Alex amwea pe andomathe na cia mutula asia auma hospitali no go deal namo na you know no endie netabia ango bina lange mezo viane na no mutume ono go deal namo. But something important ngwenda weta ndane weta twechuma. And I want to say this, Bishop, it occurred to me that we should pray with him. Na yuba unatweka Bishop. Natweka Bishop. Twabole. Na twamubole. And we prayed with this man. Now he was smiling. He had such a beautiful smile. By the way, you guys, your father was handsome. Wacha tuseme tu kweli ishe. So kama za kila mtu zilikuwa 3 million za mwenyewe zilikuwa 3.5. That's science. 3.5 million. And he had this very, very nice smile. Jioni, Alex sent me a message to say that Mzee was very happy that we managed to spend time with him. This gentleman called Alex, atongie Java. There's a Java restaurant somewhere in Nairobi hospital, to his office. Now, he was up and down, up and down. So even when we say Polly to the family, I know what to see your father breathe his last must have been a most distressing thing for you, Alex. And it's for everybody. Another interesting thing about this family, unajua kitambo tulikuwa nasema, and I was discussing this with Mutua here, he was saying something about the Kikuyus. This is the only family that has Kikuyus and Kambas and a perfect cucumbers. The most perfect way. I've said this before and I want to repeat as I finish. Huyu mzee 2007 were competing with my father, Mheshimiwa Kebasu, Mheshimiwa the late Mwalimu from Mulima, I can't remember his name now. Kedhoku, Mosia. And I saw something very interesting which has formed my politics. Kebaso was there at the Tarling Center in Tawa. Kebaso left at 9 p.m. Alijua hiyo imeenda. Alex alitoka saa 6 ya usiku. And after that election, they didn't, the father, Kebaso, this one, Mosia, Kidhuku, the late, did not become enemies of Mzee. Why am I saying this? The politics we witnessed in the by-election, the politics we saw in the by-election should be condemned with all the voices. Kwa sababu, violence cannot become part and parcel of our election process. The minister in charge of internal security cannot be the one to announce about who lives, who doesn't leave a polling station. Hiyo ni kazi ya mtu ambaye anaitwa chairman wa electoral commission. And there's something we lost, party leader, with the BBI. We had done a clause in the Election Offences Act which was going to bar any politician who instigated violence. We had put it in the election offenses. It's not too late to bar politicians. What Professor Kibwana is saying will not happen until a politician is barred from contesting an election. And violence, when the law says that the sum total of this did not affect election results, it does not talk about the 1+1, the margins that DG is talking about. If the process is flawed to the extent that there's so much violence, those elections can't be and should be nullified. That is the law. So tusikue kama Tanzania, tuseme ukweli. Kwamba sheria inasema kwamba wale ambao walileta vurugu na wale walifanya watu wakamwaga damu na wakauliwa kwa sababu ya siasa, yule mtu ambaye amechaguliwa asikae kwa hiyo kiti akifikiria kwamba yeye ako sawa, kwa sababu kama kulikuwa na vurugu ambao zilifanya watu wasipige kura, huyo mtu anaweza kuondolewa kwa kiti hicho. Ya mwisho, tuithina muno tuinoa muno wobeti ndakoa muzumbi wa dhanda tu eta Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka na manena munena mwinangwe. This gentleman was an MP when I was born, 1975. Paul Ngei was in jail. Kalonzo nomba katu wakwe tambai nata Kenya. When you talk about integrity, in the example, integrity, mbai the find. Yes. The man who defines the word integrity, the man who redefines chapter 6 is Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So to the united opposition, maneno yataandikwa mitandaoni. Sijui nani amesema, huyo amesema, nini amesema, all those things. Na tunajua ni kina nani wanafanya hiyo maneno. Because the idea is that all of you should fall apart. The things fall apart. The book is about you guys. And I can tell you standing here when you are burying Munyao, if things fall apart while you are there, things will fall apart very badly even in your lives. Because these people are counting on you. Personal ambitions are not bigger than Kenya. And personal ambitions cannot make Kenya go to where we were in 2007. We cannot go there. So tukimzika huyu, this good gentleman, I've asked the family, Alex, if you are the one who wants to join politics, you have a lot to copy. Kikamba weke manya nesanga kotondo ukisi. And then you become a gentleman like him. And then when it's time to go, you go. Usumbui watu like Rose Musyoka amesema. So when you go abroad, there's a gentleman called Zo. The gentleman in the US called Zo, and all these people. May you carry the name of Konzolo Munyao, like the way you would fly a flag in America. I tried to have legislation for Kenyans to fly flags, like the way you do in America. Go and fly the flag of Konzolo out there. Let the people of Arizona know that once lived a man, a handsome man who lived according to the consistencies you have had, both of politics and in life, and never wanted anything that didn't belong to him. Na mukifika huko diaspora, because you're going to be voting for the election, diaspora, kinazo, get an ID card if you don't have, get a voter's card if you don't have, because 2027 we expect you to vote. And the person you are going to vote for is seated here. So there will be no mistake. So, na ukifika huko, utume zile green notes. Because we are going to mobilize. The master of ceremony. Nena atomo, ni mbaye zenyu, ni monene waya. Asia, unene undu, deputy governor, wane. Yoluwa mundu ambaye zenyu. I want to thank most sincerely Justice Waki for agreeing to do this. And most of you may not know, Justice Waki did something about June of this year. Alita all the old boys of Machako School na tukachanga pesa about a walk they did in 1968. I'm happy to know that Konzolo was amongst them, and we will fulfill that dream that all of you wanted for Machako School. God bless you. May amuye panduvalawe mandeye, may his soul rest in peace. We will remember him. For the people of Mbone, Mheshimiwa Kipasu, Mheshimiwa Kisoi, who you came immediately after my father, we have something. We built a mausoleum for your father. Sindio? We must do the same for Munyao. Tigo. The people of Mbone have lost a good leader, and we hope that we can produce another leader from that family when the Lord finds it due. Nabigabu Bishop. No, sir. May I? Oh, later. Yes. We have proposed, Party Leader, with your permission. Okay, supervise Anyanya Emaku. On the no tutabia ndetu. Anuma kala mwila na Kalonzo ni. Netene. Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Party Leader. Wiper Patriotic Front. Mbilo. Karibu.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Naomba niwasalimie mahali tulipo. Uhuru wa Yesu. True freedom. Uhuru wa Yesu wa milele. Your Grace the Bishop, I still think there's a bad echo. Your Grace the Bishop, Bishop Ndambuki, Bishop Mukwelu, and the leadership of African Brotherhood Church, the family of our late brother, Alex, and the siblings, our fellow mourners, Governor Mutua, CS Mutua, and Mheshimiwa Kibasu, our host, my brothers JB and Eugene. At the Nairobi Baptist Church, you were very bold as a party leader of Democratic Party, and you were able to put the flag as you can do. It should be a liberty to do what you should do as Konzolo's party leader. We'll honor that. Well, I once reminded of a famous word spoken at a funeral of Julius Caesar by famously Mark Antony. He started by saying, "We come to bury Caesar." He said, "I come to bury Caesar, not praise him." He went on to say, "The evil that men and women do lives after them, but the good," I like that, "the good is often interred with their bones." Brutus had accused Caesar of being ambitious. Those were the Roman days. Ambition started a long time, and poor Julius Caesar had to be killed. Brutus eventually ended up saying, "The elements are so juxtaposed in him." Caesar, that nature could stand and see. Would distinguish himself, and as Governor Mutua said, live the virtues, those virtues of chapter 6 of Constitution 2010. Itself a product of one of his predecessors, his fellow competitor in Boni politics, our late brother Mutua Kalonzo Sr., who was the architect, and he birthed Constitution 2010. And he was so particular about it. And Junior, forgive me, when I know our brother Justice Waki, Philip Waki, the globe that was given to Kofi Annan, remember the violence? We have produced great men in this community. Men of impeccable integrity, and who stood for what is the best value we can have as a nation. I was, when Konzolo was accused of calling somebody Musyenzi, that thing was resolved. We all have some kind of excesses here and there, but that may not define who we are. What is important is we have come to bury a dear person. When I looked forward to Nairobi Baptist Church, and I think our pastors here, Musula, and the community of Nairobi Baptist Church, Senior Pastor Pinto was presiding, because we would go there. We made Nairobi Baptist Church, ABC and AIC as occasion would demand, and we have our kids grow up there. And Alex, you spoke well. I want to confirm to you there will be no stress. We will not cause any stress to you because the argument was settled. We used to argue in Mutula, who is corrupting whose name? Wandu wakwazia wa Kalonzo wakwazia Konzolo. We had that argument wherever we would meet. And it was because, as I said in church, at the Baptist church, that we were managing some kind of stress. And here, when I see my younger brother Mutua here and my younger brother Deputy Governor, I always call him Mweke. People we have actually also mentored in a way. As we manage stress, Mutua na Mweke. I'm just a telephone call away. I'm just a telephone call away. Because we must hold together as a people. That is who we are. That was the example I had with my senior brother here, solid DP. And I also want to confirm, I said it in church, Democratic Party candidate in Mbeere North did not lose. And thank you, Junior, for bringing it out. We have to do something about this new concept of goonism. We hold the view, along with my colleagues, because we were discussing as we came, that any leader who is given to violence and evidence is demonstrably clear that they are the authors and the perpetrators of electoral violence, they cannot get away with it. Therefore, we will not allow them to get away with the violence in Malava and the violence in Mbeere. We will not. And it's not just that we are chest thumping or anything. We owe it to this country and to men and women who have stood on principle, like our late brother, Konzolo Munyao. So, as we go forward, we do so with confidence, that we know we are riding on the strength of character of men like Munao. You know, Kenya Meat Commission had collapsed until Kibaki made Munao Minister for Livestock Development. And you have heard my sister from my clan, Mweke. You know, when your boss said, this Kalonzo man, he's not a cattle farmer. We are working in Dengu. And because I had said we were saying no to vaccination of our livestock, which we knew nothing about, and I'm happy that that thing died, by the way. So you can see the work of real opposition, because it died. The fact that William Ruto called me Mutua and Dengu, he spent 4 days in Kitui, I hope you reminded him, we still keep livestock, even as we grow Dengu. These are Dengu growing area and also cotton. So these are also nice things. We don't take it against him. No, absolutely not. We don't take it against anybody. We take everything, and that is what Konzolo taught us. Take in the stress and don't let it define your character. And on my own behalf and my family, Pauline and the kids, some are grown now, they're young men and women, you saw them, I think at the other funeral of your minister. And so, yeah, they all stand with this family, Alex, they all know you. And I'm here for political gain or any reason. We came to bury one of us. And in Munyao, of course, like we came last year, we were here when we said kwaheri to Mama Agnes. Kone kuki tumitukie akaitu tungeinga imubea maunduni onde, our spiritual leaders included. You know our position, and we know there are things you have to do. Position, if the national president, the president of the republic, comes to Makueni, he has to be there. But the national president has to discuss, to actually agree and recognize that they need each other. So that recognition is important. You gave condolences of Governor Wabinya, who had wanted to be here, because we know that there's a time president comes to Machakos, the governor cannot speak, and this is what makes people wonder, what is it? It's not a crime to be in opposition, because opposition ends up being the government in waiting, as indeed is the case. So we are so happy they brought out their very worst in this recent by-elections. We now know their game plan. There are no other games to play. And this country cannot be like any other country. Our brother, our senior brother, governor, professor, because professor said the students are telling him they don't want Kenya to be like Tanzania. Kenya will always be Kenya, because our young people have inspired a progressive revolution, not only in the continent, but the world over. And they've been watching. And you cannot steal for them. They are still very angry at Bishop. You need to own them, because they even have issues about the church on corruption. When a president comes and says, I'm giving you 120 million shillings, and we know his salary is just under 2 million, obvious disproportionate misuse of power, state power. That's what Munyao would never have done. So we were with him, of course, in NAC. I know our sister Charity would really have loved to be here, and she's out in the US. But you can see the example of NAC. That time nobody believed Kanu could lose. Kanu went on to lose. And let nobody deceive you, fellow Kenyans, until you can divide the opposition. The elements and the commitment and even the ideological positioning of who we are in opposition cannot be broken. When we were in court, and it was Weta, who is the speaker who read his eulogy here, and Raila and myself, before Musalia came and they talked about Nasa Hawa, ended up Kunaswa Wao. We used to say that the codes, it is biblical, bound by codes that cannot be broken. This is what this community is at Bishop, and I spoke to you after the last election, and you said, Kindu kimut kiumelile wazi, nimbaino ni nengete mbaya, na mbaino ndeza uvudhia, na mbaino ndeka kunewe kelele ne mundu yoyote, nundu evinda nevikie, tuiba kutika isi ukone, na nundu kuone tu either siya, the names here, what is the name of this, Ngiloni? These people are very good in honey keeping, beekeeping. That's why they are Ngilo, okay, one Ngilo, na we moyomo no, yeah. Baitu vikie, vai Musyoka netina, vai mbeso na si baitu no integrity ya community no, kana kuwa your party leader, na ningo moto ngea mubea, inyo ndo mama kuwene, mwethe wa mustale wambe. Na wene tuwese. Nangaya muadhime, even as we say kwa heri, to our cherished brother. And this family will hold together. Anything, Alex, you think we can do together, we are always there. We bring condolences from our brother, your big cousin, Regeji. So unajua Regeji alisema ndiye community spokesman. Alisema kana ina Kalonzo thebe kendumu kumukoli ai. I think he spoke in Mboni kwa Monyaka. When a community spokesman, and you can see that it's very easy. Now we are real cousins. These are cousins. And so we thank you. He has sent his greetings and condolences as well to this family and all the other leaders. Now allow me to invite, I think I will call first of all my brother Eugene, so that when JB comes over, he exercises full authority as a party leader of Democratic Party. May the good Lord rest the soul of our brother in eternal peace. Amen.
God is good, and all the time. Mwaini museo mavinda onde. Asanteni sana. Please allow me to bring my condolences to the Munyao family and to the people of Mboni. Poleni sana kumpoteza mzee. Tulikuwa hapa mwaka jana na rafiki yangu His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, na tukija hapa ilikuwa mazishi ya Mama Agnes Munyao. Mwaka huu tena mmepoteza baba. Tuko hapa kusema pole kwenu for losing both your mother and your father just a year apart. Ni uzito mkubwa sana. When we came to bury Mama last year, I remember people were saying behind every successful man there's a successful woman. We mourn together. Today we come to mourn a great leader, patriot. Many people do not know how much Mzee Munyao contributed to the success of the Mwai Kibaki presidency. Through the years in DP, all the way until Kibaki was sworn in, Mzee stood by him. So likewise, behind every great leader, there are even greater leaders like Munyao, on whose shoulders Kibaki stood with Wamalwa as his vice president. Kibaki stood with Kalonzo as his vice president to become one of the greatest presidents Kenya has ever had. That is the kind of leader we have come to mourn today. He was a leader of integrity, and if we want this country to change, in 2027, we must put integrity on the ballot. That is the only way this country is going to change. And even as we come to Kambani to celebrate this great leader of great integrity, we do know that there are still leaders here of great integrity. I want to agree with His Excellency Governor Mutua that you have such a leader in the leader of the Wiper Patriotic Front, ambao Kenya iko na mwangalia sawa sawa. Na tukija hapa tunaomba watu wa Ukambani, huyu Kalonzo mumwangalia na macho yote mbili. Huyu Kalonzo mumshike na mikono yote mbili. We have been across this country and I know what I'm talking about. Leo nimesikia Speaker Kingi akiongea kule kwetu Western, amekuwa area Mount Elgon, anasema eti dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. Ushindi wa UDA kwa hizi by-elections, record ya Mheshimiwa Ruto is unbeatable, and therefore 2027 is a foregone conclusion. Amesema ya kwamba we'll have a competition in 2027 without a competitor because William Ruto has no competitor. I want to tell Bwana Kingi, this was the case the day Goliath was walking and chest thumping and saying, who can beat me? Until little David came with a stone. I want to tell Speaker Kingi, this was the day that the great engineers boasted and said, the greatest ship ever made, the greatest engineering feat in the history of engineering, the Titanic was unsinkable. The day the Titanic sank, they said it was unsinkable. So today we come home to celebrate this great leader and to tell those who are just stamping because of the rigged elections in Bere, where his party won. The Democratic Party won Bere. And I want to congratulate my brother JB here, who led that campaign. Mzee would have been buried today with a victory for his great party, the Democratic Party, if it was not for the rigging. And we want to say today, the democracy that Munyao fought for with Kibaki and his team, the team that brought the second liberation in this country, the team that brought back multi-party democracy at great sacrifice. That democracy is in great peril. If we cannot allow free and fair elections in our country, then the democracy that Munyao fought for is in grave danger, even as we bury him here in Boni today. We must do everything to defend that constitution that he fought for, to fight and protect multi-party democracy in our country, because it can be lost. Where there is violence, where there is intimidation, we cannot have free and fair elections. And this is what happened in the by-elections that I've had Speaker Kingi boasting about, that they won. And today we are saying, IEBC, you had an opportunity. This was a litmus test for you, Chairman Ethocon and your commissioners. And you are tested, and you are tried, and you are found wanting. You fell short, Bana Ethocon, with your commissioners. Because where there are lives lost, limb and life lost because of an election, blood was shed, we cannot say there was a free and fair election. And we are therefore asking that IEBC must, within the powers given in the current constitution, in the current legal framework. I know, Governor, you have said that we need more laws to strengthen this, but even within the existing legal framework, IEBC has the powers to stop an election because of violence, allow free and fair elections. But they did not exercise that power when people were killed in Kaspu, when people were killed and vehicles were torched in Malava, where I was with my candidate, and when there was serious violence in Bere. IEBC fell short. IEBC has powers to summon those who are involved in the violence. They have the powers to actually summon those who organized, those who financed the chaos that we witnessed. And unless they do that, 2027, like Speaker Kingi is saying, there will be no election. We'll be going and that will be a grave injustice to great leaders like Munyao who fought for this democracy. We cannot allow Kenya to go down the route that Tanzania is taking. Sitaki niseme mengi, niseme poleni watu wetu wa hapa. Juzi tulikuwa hapa na mkutano wa Mheshimiwa Rais. Kuna projects nyingi aliongelea hapa. One of them that is very dear to my heart is the Twake Dam. When I was Minister for Water and Irrigation, we came here to launch that project. We pumped in a lot of money, but that project stalled. For the last 3 years, it has stalled. There were promises to complete it. I had the Deputy Governor speak about drought that is coming, and we can already feel it. The long-lasting solution, the game changer for Makueni, Kitui, all the way to Machakos, is having water stored in dams and distributing that water. That will be the lasting solution that will change the livelihood of people in this county and in this country. So let me thank you all. Niniseme Bwana JB, I think it is your turn. Uje uendelee kwa niaba ya DP. Welcome. And on behalf of the Democratic Action Party, we say pole to you as the party leader with our DP team. Na niombe sana, kule kwetu napenda kutuma salamu. Waluya wanapenda kutuma salamu sana. Mniruhusu tu mzee apeleke salamu zangu kwa ndugu yangu wa Malo Kijana na rafiki yake Mwai Kibaki. Awaambie kile mzee ulituambia when you held a memorial service for Mwai Kibaki, your friend, this year, and you told us mfuate ile barabara mimi na Kibaki na Wamala tulifuata barabara ya umoja. Kanu had more money than us, but because of our unity we were able to beat Kanu. Mfuate hiyo barabara, mzee tumefuata barabara, wote tumeungana tukaunga DP kule Mbere. Tumeungana tukaunga DAP kule Malava. Tumeungana tukaunga DCP kule Pwani Magarini. 2027 mzee, tunafuata ile barabara ya Wamala na Kibaki, tutaungana tutoe mgombezi mmoja wa urais, hii serikali iwe one term. Asante.
Kwa familia ya rafiki yangu Joseph Konzolo Munyao, kiongozwa na rafiki yangu Alex, the church led by our Archbishop, the entire clergy, appreciate you fellow mourners. Permit me, before I give my condolences, to first of all honor my friend, Honorable Konzolo Munyao, who is a founder member of the Democratic Party, to allow me to lay on his casket the flag of the party is so much cherished. And I want to be able to do that, to invite Alex, who is an active member of the party, and the national leaders of the Democratic Party who are present here to come and assist me to do that. Please, the Vice Chairman, I've seen the Vice Chairman, members of NEC, Alex,